Stella Benson was a British writer. She was born in 1892 in East Hope, the daughter of Ralph Beaumont Benson and Caroline Essex Cholmondeley. Her family moved about the UK and Switzerland, Benson going to schools in Eastbourne and Freiburg. She spent time in the West Indies, inspiring her first novel I Pose from 1915, and was involved with women's suffrage after living in London, her first novel ending with a woman chucking a bomb at a church altar. After travelling from New York to California in 1918, she was sickened by the vulgarity of America and moved to China in 1920, working in a mission school and hospital. There she met James O'Gorman Anderson, an officer in the Chinese Maritime Customs Service and her future husband. They married in London in 1921. While living in and writing on China, her writing on the subject did annoy at times the leadership of the British Revenue and Customs. In 1932 she was awarded the Benson Medal from the British Royal Society of Literature. She was a friend of Naomi Mitchison and was regarded highly by Virginia Woolf. She died of pneumonia in Ha Long, Vietnam in 1933. Today we will review her 1919 Living Alone. The book, which the author says is not a real book and should not be read by real people, begins with a woman invading the meeting of a charity organization, hiding under a table from an irate German baker. The woman is a witch, and among the women she meets there are the very affluent Miss Higgins and Miss Ford on one side, and one Sarah Brown on the other. A lost soul not feeling good at ease most anywhere. The woman, after conjuring up some cats and causing a huge ruckus, invites Sarah Brown to live at her house, and she does along with her dog David and Humphrey her suitcase. The house above the witch's magic shop on Mitten Island is the House of Living Alone, a place where people come to live if they wish to live alone and not even communicate with each other, where they do not get modern food or modern service, and aren't allowed to take anything expensive. There is only a single other lodger, named Peony, who is a bit fond of the drink, and who tells her about the odd, seemingly immortal child called Elbert that kept following her to every station she took, until he just went away when her true love went to the war. After sharing a sandwich provided by a living broom, Sarah Brown goes to a dinner party thrown by her superior from the charity office. But it still being the war and all, an air raid forces the lot of them to hide in a bomb shelter, i.e. a church, followed by several people dressed only in sheets, who it turns out are all dead and wakened by the bombing, expecting Judgment Day on accident. At the same time, the witch is flying above England on Harold her broomstick, when she encounters a German witch shooting evil enchantments onto the streets below. After a tussle they land on a cloud, before the German witch goes falling to her death. At around the same time, Sarah Brown and the witch meet Richard Higgins, the son of Mrs. Higgins of the Charity Board, who is a wizard and was born in America, at the impossible edge of the world, beneath the Rockies and an impossible sky. But the witch is also pursued by police, under suspicion of using a non-standard flying machine above London. Before the police arrive, Sarah Brown and her friends manage to burn down the House of Living Alone by accident, after making the mayor invisible, and decide to go to America. The writing is very melancholy and sometimes sweet, with the occasional darker anecdote. A truly striking, unique experience.